Hello, beautiful people. We are up to Q, and I am learning things today. So, again, there was popular ones, and then there was an interesting one, and I got my 3 Q words picked out. So the first one, I've seen the word, but I don't think I really knew what it meant, and hopefully I know how to pronounce it. But this one showed up quite a bit. I thought it was impressive. Quintessential. Quintessential. It means representing the most perfect or typical example of a quality or class. So I'm guessing it would be like a famous person, like perfect representation. So maybe Bill W. for AA, would he been quintessential? One of the examples they use is someone dressing in all black as a quintessential example of being in a rock band. So I wonder if, aside from Bill W., I wonder if we could be quintessential in our recovery if we're practicing it all. Trying to think of some other examples. Who knows? I might bounce back to that. The next one that showed up that I think relates to recovery, and it's one of my favorite things. It's probably why I didn't have kids and why I need to move out of this apartment, is because I like it so much. And that is quiet, little or no noise, or carried out discreetly, secretly, or with moderation. But yes, no noise would be amazing. I also, the reason I picked this from a recovery perspective, especially after going to last night's class, which was on mindfulness, and we talked a lot about how our brains are always like, our brains think, like people are addicted to thinking. And I'm one of those people probably, because my brain is always going and I have a really hard time quieting it down. So that's one of the things that I've been working on for a long time. I mean, I went to the training in November for the transcendental meditation, and I still can't shut my brain off for that. I lose the quietness even when I'm reading, when I'm listening to things. So we're being challenged to be mindful, to be quiet, and just to be okay with it without our brains racing. So I like that. How it fits into recovery is, I can picture, you know how I'm talking about like the good voices and the bad voices sometimes? I guess why I think of quiet as far as recovery goes is I want to quiet the bad voice. And sometimes the good voice too, just to be still and to be mindful. And that one's not always as loud, right? It's the evil voice that wants to do bad things or go gamble or go use or whatever that is. But if our mind is quieter and we can just kind of take a step back instead of having those racing thoughts or those noisy, evil thoughts leading us to bad decisions, having a quiet mind is a benefit to not gambling. And it's funny too, right? The casino is probably the least quiet place in the whole world. And I used to be in there all the time. And I don't remember actually hearing a lot of the noise. I hardly ever heard the overhead speaker. That was just like, shut up. I'm doing my thing here. I don't want to hear the loudspeaker, when they're announcing their little make-believe prizes. And even if, I don't know if you felt this way, but even if there was a jackpot and you know how the machine kind of just is loud while you're waiting to get hand paid. I hated that too. Well, I hated it because it stopped the machine from playing, which was freaking annoying. But also drawing the attention to the win, because for me, people would be like, oh, yay, congratulations, da 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 da. And they think it's the greatest thing. And say you won, I don't know, $1,500. They don't know that you spent $3,000 to win the $1,500, and they don't know that you're not going to leave with the $1,500. That you're going to just give it back, and it really wasn't a win. But I always knew that, so I didn't like the noise of that either. So I like quiet. I like quiet mind. The last one that showed up a few times. So quiet was probably one of the biggest. Like the fan favorite for the day. The last one is I think very important to me now. I don't think it was then, but to me now, and that's quality of life. And I wish everybody listening that they have a great quality of life. There's been points in my life where the most important things were my job, my bet, my drink, just all these distractions or coping things. And now my quality of life, I mean, I don't want to work 50 hours a week, at least not in my day job. I don't want to be married to a phone and answering it at everybody's beck and call. I don't want to have to scrounge to figure out how I'm going to pay the bills or pay people back or play musical money so that nobody knows that I don't have the money. I don't want to be, 10,000 pounds because I eat just shit all the time. Like, those aren't quality of life things for me. I want to take care of my body. I want to take care of my mind. I want to take care of my recovery. I want to take care of my relationships. I want to get in touch with nature and be out there. I want enough time to sleep, enough time to play. To me, that's my quality of life. And it feels amazing when that's the focus. Not amazing every single day, because here we go with the afternoon yawns. I don't know why I'm struggling with this so much. And I got class until almost 10 tonight, so geez, I better not drink coffee though, because then I won't go to sleep. Anyway, so quality of life for me is those things. It's one of the most disturbing things that's happened in the last few months, as far as I'm concerned, as far as reflecting, was Kai and I were going through some videos as she was trying to teach me TikTok. And 2016 was my, I don't know, blackout year. It was the year I don't remember most. I was gambling. If I wasn't gambling, I was drinking, or it was just bad. I thought I was having fun. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I was in Kansas City and I got to spend time with people I love, although I probably wasn't, I know I wasn't present. I didn't have quality visits like the way I do now. Anyway, she was showing me some videos and I didn't recognize the girl in the video, and it was 2016. Like, I didn't even know she looked that way. That was not quality of life. I was not being a good aunt. I was not staying in communication. And I mean, we had technology. There was no excuse for it. Now my quality of life includes her. And I love that. That's amazing to me because that kid lights me up. She makes me crazy, but she lights me up. So that's my quality of life. Meetings, the connections that I have. I opened an email today and I totally forgot I even did this, but from the Asia trip, I had done a testimonial about traveling with the Recovery Elevator community. And I opened an email and there's my video, so hopefully I'm sure my testimonial is not going to change the world per se, but if I get one person that might have needed to hear what I had to say to go on a trip and have a life-changing, wonderful experience like I did, then that's quality of life to me. Quality of life is watching other people blossom and evolve. Like, there's something so beautiful to that. I was in a couple different meetings today, and I can't call them classes. They're like subgroups of the groups I'm in. And the quality of life associated with these groups of women is just incredible. Learning more about myself, learning more about other people, really listening, really engaging when I'm engaged in something. That's quality of life. And it's funny because I would imagine that a lot of people would say that they might not have had the best quality of life being cooped in the house. And I could see that. But it's also what you make of it, right? To keep my quality of life good while I was here, what was ice cream. Ice cream helped with my quality of life. It's not one of the good eats, but it was one of those treats for me if I couldn't get to, out and about. So ice cream helped my quality of life. But learning, the perpetual learning has been amazing quality of life. I definitely would like to do more things in person than behind a computer screen. I think I'm going to pay for that for a long time. But what's next for me is even more amazing quality of life. That same email that I was talking about was letting us know what the travel plans were for 2021. And there's a trip to Montana and a trip to India and a trip to Costa Rica. I have the group of ladies that I'm talking about are talking about a trip to France next year. That's quality of life to me. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to go to all those places yet and how the calendar is going to work out. But traveling and experiencing those things will be quality of life for me. So I'm very grateful that I have a good quality of life right now, and that not every day is a struggle like it used to be. It's not a balancing act. It's not going against my values. There's so many things that go into quality of life, but that's what I have right now, and that's what I hope everybody has, if I'm being honest. Because it's out there. It's out there for all of us. It's just a matter of what choices we make to get there. So, all right, beautiful people. Well, that was fun. Cues were fun. Challenging, but fun. And I would have thought that I'd have less to choose from today, but I did not. QRS. Okay, we're on to R tomorrow. Isn't that funny? It just didn't naturally come. Anyway, yeah, R tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for our reading. I hope everyone has a pleasant evening. Thanks, beautiful people.